I saw a very curious deck list while perusing the 5-Os. Jund in Vintage? Welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to the Wednesday before the last showcase of 2025. And I, of course, am going to be trying my hardest with this Jund deck. I feel like we should get back on our Wednesday theme here. I wasn't feeling a lot of the try-hard decks for tonight, so we're going to do a sweet 5-0 from J France. I know that I am not currently doing donation deck lists. However, if you 5-0 with a deck in a league, or maybe you top 8 a challenge with a really cool and interesting deck, there's a good chance that I'm going to play it, because there's not actually that many interesting decks that happen in Vintage all too often. So what I have here is a 5-0 from J France, and this is a Jund Arcanist deck. I think this deck actually has some pretty cool metagame applications. Orcish Bowmaster is actually at an all-time high in terms of how good it is, in my opinion. Primarily because the most played deck in the format is this Eldrazi Shops deck, this combo aggro deck. That Orcish Bowmasters is going to stop their combo by just shooting down the Flesh Raker. It's also going to really hamper their Scrawling Crawler. So and then of course Bowmasters is good in the Bowmaster Mirror against Lurrus Control. The Bowmaster, it's not as good as it used to be against Lurrus PO. It used to be even, it wasn't even that good beforehand, but now that they have stock up, I think it's kind of a little middling there. But for some of the reasons I previously mentioned about Raker Shops, Collector Oop in the main is actually at a really strong point as well. Being able to shut down all of these different artifact combo decks is quite strong. For Pyroblast is in a really good spot as well, because there's lots of stock ups and POs running around, and push is still pretty good because there are lots of creatures in the format. So, like, when I look at this deck list and this brew here, I'm actually pretty impressed with how these cards line up. These are, for the most part, the most powerful cards in these colors, in the Jund colors. And I'm pretty excited to see how it fares. One thing to note is that maybe these Faithless Lootings, which I actually balked at a little bit when we were looking at this list, are really important because we have a lot of cards that are very polarizing and have strong applications in a narrow use case. So, like, Pyroblast is not going to be a card that's good against every deck, right? So we're going to need to be able to Faithless Looting away Pyroblast when it's not good. So, theoretically, these kind of decks in the past, decks that had these kind of pointed answers, used to play things like Dak Faden to loot away. And a lot of the blue decks, when you have an answer like, I don't know, a Chain or a Dress Down or a Flusterstorm, and it's only good against certain decks, you can always pitch those cards to Force of Will. Here, it's less of the case. We only have Force of Vigor, obviously no Red Force, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I'm going to make no changes to this deck list. I'm going to play it exactly as it is. Maybe we'll pick up on some things as we go along, and maybe make some suggestions at the end of the league. But for now, we're going to take his 5-0 and play it as it is and see what we can do here with a no Force of Will. Wait, Justin, didn't you say you would never play no Force of Will again? I did say that. At least this deck has Force of Vigor, which is, Force of Will Light. This is like dollar store Force of Will. This is store brand Force of Will. And it's not like this deck doesn't have interaction, right? One of my complaints frequently about non-Force of Will decks is that they lack interaction. The Raker deck is a very powerful deck. And it forgoes having pointed pieces of interaction by having a much more powerful combo and just clock aspect, where this deck is actually a little bit more on the controlling side, all things considered, with how slow it's going to kill your opponent. You do have access to Orcish Bowmaster Wheel as a little bit of a combo kill. Yeah. Maybe this will come back to bite me, and our non-Force of Will life will come back and hurt us, but I'm willing to try again for you, the people. I'll see you in round 1. The legendary NYSE Open returns to Long Island in New York. This 9th installment will be a 15 proxy, $500 entry fee tournament where the top 8 will return home with 8 pieces of real unlimited power. Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxens will be part of this celebration of Vintage. At 100 players, there'll be an additional wacky draft with classic booster packs from Ice Age to Onslaught, the NYC trophy, Karn altars, $1,000 in giveaways, dealers, and much, much more. Check out the link below for all the details. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. Okay, welcome to round 1 of this Vintage League with a cat, but not a blue cat, a Jund cat. His hand looks pretty reasonable, all things considered. See what happens. Well, I think turn 1 Karn is quite good. So, there's that. That's it? Monolith go? Interesting. So do we think it's Jewel then? Because if it was Raker, they'd have a play on 3 mana, right? Or they had 4 mana. They could even play a One Ring. So I think I'm going to get Jeweled. If I'm getting Jeweled, what's my best play? Is my best play... Like, I feel like there's some amount of merit to Vigoring this Monolith if they had no play. There's very little chance, like, my Deathrite Shaman is going to steal a Jewel. If I have to, like, Vigor the Jewel, probably. I'm, like, wondering if, like, Vigoring this Monolith buys me enough time to get to Oof. That's the thing that I'm thinking about. Because I just can't imagine that this is Raker Shops if they had 4 mana and a Monolith and made no plays, right? It has to be Jewel. I'm gonna try Vigoring this. This is just a gut instinct. I'm not 100% sure it's right. It's just an idea. And I'm still gonna play a Deathrite Shaman on my turn because I want to be able to play this Oof on the next turn, unless I draw a land. In that case, I'm kind of interested in playing a Bauble out and then playing an uncounterable Oof on turn 2. This also, like, lets me play a Bauble this turn instead, right? I want a green land and a black land, I guess. Maybe I want a green land and a red land. I don't really know. Yeah, that's mostly the reason. All right, so I got the Force out of my opponent's hand, the Force pitching Force on the Bauble. So now I'm hoping I can just play a Collector Roof next turn and it'll be in a good spot. I guess theoretically I could have played Deathrite Shaman and then had Collector Roof with Force backup, or with Pyroblast backup. Maybe that would have been better. Now that I bring that, I mean, what's the likelihood they have another Force and a blue card? Gotta be super low. I think we just jam. But it might be there because they're like, oh wow, they do. Okay, so that's why they didn't play anything. This is an interesting hand to keep against a Luris deck. So are they just gonna play 3 lands and then Jewel me? Oh, that's a 0 land. Okay, so they just have nothing. I think we're gonna play a Deathrite and hold open Pyro. I could hit a Wasteland though. Like, what's Pyro hitting? Like, if they have an Ancestral in their hand. I'm actually gonna hit this. I'm gonna play this Deathrite Shaman. Or I'm gonna play this Faithless Looting. I should have done this first, obviously. Seal. This land does not cast Pyroblast, huh? Yeah, so if I had gone Faithless Looting first, I could have kept this Bayou and played Deathrite and held open Pyroblast. It's a pretty big mistake. Yeah, I didn't play that very well. It's my fault. A ring. It's a good draw off the top. Yeah, I think I played this game poorly. I think I played this game poorly in a lot of senses. I do think that the Vigor was good. But I think that everything else I did was pretty bad. And now I probably need to find like I don't even know. I need to find an oof, right? I really dislike how I played this game. Sorry to say. Faithless Looting. Found the oof and I found a wasteland. So the question is, can I get to them? Let's find out. Doesn't look like it. Unless they don't have a jewel. Yeah, I mean it's tough because they had triple force of will, right? But it kind of made sense that they had triple force of will. But like what was I gonna do? Not play my bobble on turn 1 and play a Deathrite Shaman? Maybe. Karn. I do believe I played the game badly. And this was totally a winnable game. They got a needle, and they're gonna needle the Deathrite Shaman. That's fine. I can't hold up Pyroblast now, but they shouldn't really have a force blue card after using 3 forces, I would hope. Well, definitely gonna attack Karn, so I can't tutor anything and live. Hopefully we don't get sunk into Stupor. There's only 3 of those left in my opponent's deck. But once we can untap, we'll have Pyroblast for Sink into Stupor. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to trying to play this kind of style of deck. It's not something I do very often. I think there were a lot of little spots we could have done better things. Key. Do they still play Wormcoil? A new ring. That's good for me. Oh, stand up new ring to protect Karn. I see. I guess that's a problem. Huh. And they needled our Deathrite Shaman, so we can't drain them out. And they got rid of the drain on their ring. That's a little unfortunate, isn't it? uh, They always have Tolarian Academy, huh? We're gonna need a Bowmaster then? And a land? It's gonna be tough. They could always like make a bad choice as well. There's a lot of things that can happen here. I don't think we want to wheel. Is this an end of turn sink? This is an end of turn Otawara off of Tolarian? Okay, sure, I guess. Activate the ring. Activate the ring again. I mean, I guess. Come on, man. That's crazy. Uh-huh. I'm waiting this one out. There's a bunch of things that can happen from this spot. I guess they can't lose now. Sure, whatever, man. Okay, fine. I mean, I do think I could have played this game better to the point where we probably would have won, but it's a little frustrating no matter what, huh? Jewel. What card? I mean, at the very least, we have tons of cards to board out. I guess we can beat a Worm Coil. Not maybe we had some Shattering Sprees and Seals and stuff. Did I miss buying Luris at any point in that game? I don't feel like I did miss buying Luris. I feel like I had things to do. Like maybe I missed buying Luris at some point as well. I don't think I want like more remove artifact spells. I think I just want to change these dead fatal pushes into Mindbreak traps. Ugh. 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 Gross. Very gross. I can't keep this. I feel like I have to keep this. Oh, I don't have a way of playing my Collector Roof. I cannot keep this, huh? No, I mean, I don't think Spree kills enough of their things. And we already have 3 Spree effects in our deck, so... I guess I'm gonna have to keep this demonic tutor so that I can get a freaking a Black Lotus or a land or something. I probably shouldn't have kept this. I did not recognize that I had double Badlands, but maybe it's still a keep. Yeah. If Jewel didn't have access to the One Ring, I think Shattering Spree gets a lot better, but like the One Ring is a huge problem. They're gonna play around Mindbreak Trap, it looks like. All right. Well, I'm gonna. This sucks so much. I feel like I have to though. I just have to do this, right? I guess I could go for a Vigor on their upkeep. Doesn't really solve my Greenland problem. Nothing actually solves my Greenland problem. I think DTing for a fetch is really bad, unfortunately. I just shouldn't have kept the hand, bro. I think that's the actual answer. I don't think Lotus into Oof Deathwatch Shaman is good, is my problem with that play. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Nami. I agree. Just have force blue card every time. Well, I mean, Vigor accomplishes a similar thing, but we're just dead. We're playing against Jewel and we don't have Force of Will. We're just dead. That's how it is. We're definitely not wheeling, no. PO? Oh, could be worse. Oh, this is a reason to bring in more Shattering Sprees. But, oh, maybe I was supposed to hit Workshop because this doesn't count as a land in the yard. That's kind of funny. They just have Force blue card, pitch Ancestral? Okay, cool. All right. Can we beat a Worm Coil engine? Like, it's not good for us. It's not good for us. We do have ways of beating a Worm Coil engine, but it's not good for us. Fuck me. I don't know, man. Feels bad. It's not actually lost yet. We go to 1. We have Luris Loop. I don't think I want to use these to make mana, so I'll just go to 1. Come on, bro! Please, please! Oh, jeez. I immediately hit the land that I can't use, huh? I have to block both Wormcoil engines. Hope they don't hit a mana source. I mean, I have to eat a creature, maybe? Alright, if they hit a mana source, I'll concede, but like... I think I eat both. I mean, I'm definitely eating at least an oof. So I can fetch. But I feel like I want to fetch and then eat. I feel like I just eat both oofs. The problem is, I don't have any blockers. Oh, come here! Give me out! 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 All right, all right. We're gonna try this again. Play a little better. Have a little more things go our way. Seems fine. What's my opponent playing? Are they on Luris? They're not on Luris. Which makes me want a Faithless Looting, but I also don't know what I'm Faithless Looting for. So maybe I just like want to play around Wasteland and just hold up in this Catacombs. But like, what deck am I ever Fatal Pushing if they're not on Luris? I guess theoretically I could Fatal Push a Mono White Initiative player or a Raker player. It might be good enough. Can't Fatal Push a Dredge player. So like, you say Red and 6 is a worthy inclusion here, but like, would Red and 6 have helped me to win against Jewel? No. And like, the decks that Red and 6 is good against is typically the decks that this deck should be okay against anyways. I think. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. Like, it's definitely possible that Red and 6 should go in this deck. I just don't know, like... It's like, I don't know if that... It's like a deal breaker or anything. Probe. Okay. I don't think it would have. Maybe it would have. Looks like we're dead. I don't think we're beating a Mana Crypt. We are certainly not beating a Mana Crypt in a Black Lotus. I just can't imagine ever registering a deck like this. Like, where is our counterplay, man? It just doesn't exist. It's just not here. There's just no force of will. Chat. Listen to me, YouTube. I know you're watching. For every single person who says in my YouTube comments, please play more decks without force of will. This is why we don't do it. This is why. There's a reason. No, I'm just getting Dark Petitioned. I'm just getting Boneless Citadel. Okay. Is there even a Beseiju in my deck? No. I have a Seal of Primordium, though. Like, if I simply had a force of will, I could never lose this game. You just force the Citadel, you play it oof, and you win. The game ends. I think this deck could be good against normal Lurrus control, CRK. Raker and Lurrus control, which makes it a good metagame call, technically. But, Fatal Push. God damn it. Oh, so maybe this Collector Roof will help us, he said, knowing full well this Collector Roof was not helping us. Mm-hmm. 5 damage for that Force of Will. They won the flip. How does everyone always win their flips? I don't know how. Opal. Sapphire. Tundra. PO? Force of Vigor? Yeah. Stock up. Uh-oh. That seems like the end of the game. Seems like the game has ended. Sag. Maybe I was supposed to cast Faithless Looting that turn, but I don't know if it would have changed anything. Another one. Oh, DT. That can't be good for us. DTing a Mentor here probably is unbeatable. DTing a top here is extremely good. I would just DT a top. Probably. What? Oh, maybe they're just casting cards. Yeah, they DT to top. I like that play. I would DT a top. Gives you a lot of looks. They should find one PO and they instantly win, so. Like off the top of PO. Five life. I'm not conceding because there are legitimate losing opportunities here for them. Like now that they're at 2 life, this mana crypt can kill them, and it's very hard for them to stop at least one mana crypt flip. I have to imagine that like casting a stock up there might have been wrong. Like they had the ability to spin their top. They could have spun and tried to find a PO. Like I don't think my opponent's choices. I don't know my opponent's choices, right? So I can't confirm that this is a true statement. But like looking at what my opponent chose to do, I think there's a distinct possibility that my opponent did not play the right choices here off of their Citadel. Because they can lose this game 50-50 now. They won't because it's my life, but they could. I'm going to cast this Faithless Looting and try to find a Vigor. And still play Oof. I don't feel like playing Wasteland is good enough, so. Mental Misstep off of Opal, I see. I see. Alright, well, I will play an Oof. And this game is a 50-50 for me. I either win or I lose. No. We're just playing a league tonight. Last chances are after the showcase. Like we won this game, but we don't have any. We do not deserve to win this game. I don't know what we want to bring in because all of our cards are going to be very good here. Again, I think this is the matchup where we take out the fatal pushes and we bring in like some combination of these 10 cards. This sideboard is extremely. I don't like the sideboard. I mean, I think they can just spin their top though, and I think spinning their top gives them a lot of opportunities. Like, I don't think casting stock up there is actually good, right? Because if you cast stock up there and you don't hit Black Lotus PO, you lose. And you can't hit Black Lotus because it's in your yard. Like, if you cast stock up there, you're forcing another turn. And if you're forcing another turn, you can lose, right? That's what I'm trying to say. I guess theoretically, your stock up could hit you like Tinker, but you still need to find 2 other mana, and you've already used Crypt and Lotus. Like, it's tough. Like, there's a lot of things to actually evaluate from that spot, and I don't know for sure because I don't have perfect information. I just think there's a distinct chance that my opponent did not choose the plays that would make them most likely to win the game. I have no idea on what cards I'm supposed to play because they all seem very good. They all seem good. Like maybe this wheel and some maybe these Dreadhordes and maybe like some Faithless Looting because none of these cards are actually bad in the matchup. We could try that. Maybe I'll just keep the wheel. Seems bad. I don't know. I just don't feel like I need to flash back here. So I think I want to just have all of the cards that are good. That's my feeling. But like the problem is they're all good, but they're all only good if I like live long enough to cast them, right? That's part of it. I mean, there's Fatal Push as well, right? But like in general, the Dreadhorde is worse when it's not casting cantrips. Like this deck probably wants a probe. We'll talk about it all at the end, but there's a lot of I think there's a lot of room inside of this deck list to make adjustments. It probably 5-0'd heavily on the back of a Raker matchups, I would assume. I actually like countering this, even though I have a Shattering Spree, because it's just going to slow my opponent down significantly and probably get me to the next turn, which is all I actually want from this spot. And you can splash Ancestral Time Walk in this deck as well. Like, that's actually something you can do. We'll talk about it all at the end, but there's lots of things you can do here. So the question is, do I want to hold open a Red Blast here, or would I rather just Shattering Spree this Mox? Shattering Spree Mox is actually quite good against early game PO where they're not playing Lurrus. They shouldn't really have Flusterstorms and things against me. Well, maybe if they want planning for Pyroblast, they do. Yeah, I'm gonna Shattering Spree this. Obviously, I have a Collector Roof as well, so like it does make this worse play. But I feel like I don't know. I just want this game to go as long as possible, right? And if they had an Ancestral, they would have already cast an Ancestral. Oh, that's interesting as well. This play, like, I'm not gonna play Oop here because I have these Red Blasts to protect myself. So I feel like I'm in a great spot now. There's a lot of game in this like stock up PO style matchup for these Oof Pyroblast decks. The biggest issue is that you need to like get to your spells. Like there's a distinct chance that if I didn't have Mental Misstep right and my opponent resolves Mana Vault, I just lose the game to a Tinker. I lose the game to a stock up or something. But the fact that I had my Mental Misstep, I got to my next turn. Now I'm in a spot where I feel like I have a lot of advantages. I'm gonna play this Oof. I have a Reb open. All right, I guess I can't cast this Mind Break Trap. What do we need black for? I mean, in this matchup, we don't really need black. But in other matchups, we do. Red and green removal are not going to get you very far against mono white initiative and that kind of thing. Would this deck play multiple Vexing Bubble? Absolutely would. That's a crazy draw, by the way. That's an actually messed up draw. That's a disgusting draw. I hate that draw. Yeah, yeah. I feel that opponent. I do feel that opponent. Oh, yeah, I mean, black also casts Lurrus, which I do think is important, especially when you play against a control deck. So we got a win there. I don't think we should have gotten a win in game one, personally, but you did see the power of what we're trying to put on the table. All right, are we up against another Shops player? It's possible. What do we have here? Show me something nice. That is nice. That is very nice. That is super nice. Mystical Dispute does similar things to Pyroblast, but I wouldn't say exactly what you're looking for. Dispute is definitely a choice if you're not playing red, though. As is Flusterstorm. I'm going to play Taiga before I play Lotus, because it's really bad if my opponent counters his Lotus, and then I'm going to start playing some oofs. If my opponent forces this, I'm kind of interested in Pyroblasting, and if they don't force it, then I'm interested in just playing double oof. The old Lotus double oof. All right, Workshop. Metamorph and oof. That's fine. Not blue. Can't Pyroblast that now, but might hold for that. I think having two oofs in play makes me happier than trading an oof here, so I'm just wait. I don't want to looting because I just don't feel like I have enough cards in my hand to make this worth it. Is this going to be a ring? A forge. Okay, well now I'll probably do a looting so that I can vigor these two. So the reason we talked about it a little bit in the beginning, but the reason there's a looting is because you have lots of very pointed spells that do a specific niche thing that are not going to be good in every matchup, right? So like Fatal Push is a dead card for the most part in this matchup. You can loot it away. Pyroblast is a dead card against a non-blue deck. You can loot it away. So I think it makes pretty reasonable sense to have that. Let's cast looting. Unfortunately, ooh, none of those are green cards, huh? I can always Fatal Push this as well, but I want to Vigor these two things. The problem is I can't do it with Force Backup anymore, right? Like if I go pitch Strip Mine, pitch Pyroblast, it's not very good for me. Jeez, it's kind of an awful spot, isn't it? Like I could theoretically I could pitch Badlands, pitch Pyroblast, DT for a green card, play Strip Mine DT for a green card and green card, Vigor, and maybe that's good enough. I could pitch DT, pitch Badlands, Strip Mine their blue source, and wait. I kind of hate all of those ideas. I mean, it really depends on how this Mystic Forge does, right? I don't really like it. Tinker? Another Metamorph. I think I'm going to Pyroblast this. Just ends up being like too many threats. We also could just like hit land and play Vigor as well. We could also hit Fatal Push and start attacking. Yeah, I'm gonna play my land out. Again, I don't think it's worth trading an oof because it gives them too many opportunities to go like Tolarian Sync kill me or something like that. Yeah, we should have bought Luris. Vigor. Sorry, grid on. Okay, main deck grid, sure. Now I can Vigor on my turn if I draw a land. Definitely should have bought Luris. I just didn't think about it. I guess I could just Vigor on their turn. Pitching. I don't know about that. We are playing Jund. Maybe I can just wait. It's not like I'm attacking this turn. I'm gonna Vigor. This could be wrong. It's probably wrong. How many lands do I have in my deck? 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. 14 and 45. I hate it. All right. Now I feel really good. We have a pretty fast clock here, especially with an Ancient Tomb. It's hard for them to get rid of 2 oofs. They can theoretically get rid of 1 oof, as we saw in round 1, but... all right, so what did we do in round 1? We we brought in Mindbreak Traps, and we brought in Fatal Pushes. We might want to consider bringing in some more Shattering Sprees for Wormcoil Engine after we got demolished. Is Seal just like worse than Shattering Spree? Not exactly. Maybe it's like 1 Arcanist, 1 looting, 2 more sprees. Let me try that. Yo, thanks, Anna. I don't know. Like, do you really need 2 sprees? Maybe. All right, Cat. This is not a bad opener. I don't mind this. I wish I had a green card for my Vigor, but... They're just going to lead with a freaking ring. Non-trappable ring. Jesus. How do they always do that? Just always workshop mocks? Shouldn't that be like a rare thing? I feel like it should be a rare thing. That draw is really bad too. I think I'm just supposed to hit this with a Shattering Spree because it's the only play I have. This is obviously indestructible, as you can tell from the text. One. Oh, that's fine. Doesn't get a much better momentum breaker than this. It's not too bad if they force it. Still have a Fort Vigor. All right. I don't think we're beating a ring on turn 1, but I'll give it my old college try here. All right, they have Talon Gates. That's another good reason to keep 2 oofs in play last game. One. Nope, not 1. I always have the Academy, huh? This needs to be studied. How does Jewel always have the Academy? There's only 1 of those. Oh, that's a problem, isn't it? I'm getting gridded. Seems noticeably bad for me. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Maybe we just DT for Shattering Spree the grid, and then Vigor the two Masticores after they pitch cards. Although I guess they get just one ring in response. I could strip mine the Academy and DC and take 10. I could play a seal and seal the grid. I think I'm going to DT for Shattering Spree, and then we'll Vigor on their turn and hopefully have Mindbreak Trap back up. Mindbreak Trap. Because my opponent has an active ring, they'll activate ring in response and force my spell. Pretty sure. Maybe I can just wait till after they draw. Maybe I have to wait till after they play spells. Yeah, maybe they just don't play any spells and it doesn't really work. That's fair. They did not play any spells. I can just take 10 though. Yeah, I just don't think like DATing for oof at this point wins is the problem, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe that line makes more sense. I don't know. I feel like I need Mindbreak Trap to be turned on is basically my entire back line. The entire reason I'm making this play because I think I need to have Mindbreak Trap turned on for like PO or something here. A new One Ring is pretty bad as well. But is it like enough to not? Is this enough to like not go now? Like I don't know if I want to trap a One Ring. Like if they have PO here or Jewel. I mean, maybe they don't have any jewels in their deck. Maybe they just have. I mean, they could have Hardcast Force at this point as well, right? But like, can I clock them out with a One Ring at this point? Seems unlikely anyways. I don't know. Maybe I could have because he has a Mana Crypt in play. I don't know. I feel like I have to trap a PO though. But they don't even have to PO on their turn. They can just PO on my turn. So it's kind of shit no matter what I do. Yeah, they're just going to hardcast a Force. I don't know. I feel like this game would be a lot more playable if my opponent just didn't have a Tolarian Academy in their top 15 again. They have 3 Forces in their top 21? There's no way, right? I guess they can PO in response. I mean, if they have a PO, like, we die. I just think they would have PO'd in response if they had a PO, right? Instead of Force. Well, if they had a Lotus, it would have been fine. Well, maybe it would have been fine. But, like, the reason it wasn't fine is because they had Workshop Mox. They're going to put a Talon Gates into play to phase out an a Masticore. Sure, you got it. I don't know. I just feel like I can't beat a PO. And so like my entire line was like trying to play around a PO, but maybe that was not what we wanted to be doing. That blocks. That might win, actually. There's chances. Mana Crypt. Yeah, I don't know. The choices I made in this game were pretty sus. They want to flip, as per the usual. Masticore, draw, dismember, take a damage. It doesn't look like they're gonna activate their ring first. Sad. Metamorph. You got it. Oh, big damage. Face place. They discard a million dismembers. Boom. Boom. How much did that get them to? 5? It's winnable. It's winnable. Winnable, winnable, winnable. Very winnable. 3, 5. Exactsies. Another 50-50. We did win the last time, right? I don't think they're supposed to do anything besides attack. They should have just attack. Every time. Attack. Send. Send. Are we gonna get another random 50-50 win that our opponents like gave to us? Is that what's happening here? There's no way, right? They won the flip. Come on, bro. They won every flip. All right, fair enough. To the next. We came closer than any man should have in that game. Man, the seals and the vigors and stuff are really good if my opponent's bringing in a bunch of masticores, right? The seals and the shattering sprees and the vigors. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate the masticore plan out of Jewel. It just doesn't feel like it's good. Feels like you give up all that your deck is like worth doing for nothing. I don't like this hand. I want to mulligan this. I like this hand. Though I guess if my Vexing Bauble resolves, I do have some issues here, don't I? I do have some issues. Also, Vexing Bauble, Dreadhorde Arcanist is not a combo. Not a combo at all. I mean, I'm playing Bauble, chat. I just think I'm probably not playing this Dreadhorde Arcanist. I'm trying to find like a oof off of my looting or something. I really hope they force the Bauble. Green, red. Yup. Okay, well, not good. Not great. Not ideal. Not ideal. Defense grid. Now I can play things through my bauble. Woo! Now I can actually play my spells. I need a... Oof, there it is. That's what I need. I do not need a Dreadhorde Arcanist. I need an oof. There it is. I guess I could just Shattering Spree their shit. It's not like I can play a Bowmaster. Bowmaster's not very good here. I guess I could pitch Mental Misstep and Dreadhorde Arcanist, or Mental Misstep and Bowmaster, play a Dreadhorde Arcanist and Shattering Spree their key. But then I can't crack if I need to. I guess there's no reason to crack if I need to. Unless I kill the Dreadhorde, kill the grid. I guess I could theoretically Shattering Spree both of these things and crack my bauble. Feels kind of weird to do so. Not actually sure what I'm supposed to do here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pitch this Mental Misstep, and I'm going to pitch this Bowmaster, and then I'm going to play a Dreadhorde Arcanist, and I'm going to Shattering Spree something, and then next turn I can crack my bauble and Shattering Spree more things or something. I don't know. That's my plan. If they play a Masticore here, I just crack my bauble and I Shattering Spree it, right? Yeah. I guess then they can force it, but maybe I'll draw a red source and I can replicate it. I did not draw a red source to replicate it. Oh, wait, they can't force it. They have a defense grid. I don't know, man. I feel like my opponent's deck hurts them. That's how I feel. I feel like my opponent's deck is hurting themselves. I don't know. I feel like these Jewel decks tend to try to lean away from the things that makes Jewel good. You know? That's how it feels to me. Tomb. Are we hitting the One Ring? The One Ring is real good right now. The One Ring is real good right now. Mox Ruby. What is this? Dismember? Put a Talon Gates onto the battlefield. God bless. My Dreadhorde Arcanist has been phased out. 4 damage. The most powerful Dreadhorde Arcanist in the world. I will go Ruby Seal, and that way I can actually do stuff. I'm liking this spot. I'm liking this spot. It's a lot of Ancient Tombs. This deck's not designed to beat a standard deck. It's designed to beat vintage decks. That's the point. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Look at the scoreboard. Can't beat other vintage decks. About to be 2-1. Don't have a black source currently. Ancient Tomb is definitely doing some the Lord's work. That's for sure. Kind of wish I had my Faithless Looting back. I'm not gonna lie to you here. Is it worth it to buy a Lurrus? Probably. No, I would not like to cast Mental Misstep. Oh, I don't even come close to casting this Lurrus. Whatever. I don't know. Like, if I draw a Black Source next turn, don't I want to play Lurrus? Like, we have a lot of things that are good to loop. Jewel? Or Wormcoil? Jewel. Okay, resolves. It's not, like, great for me if this copies Deathrite Shaman, but I also am not sure we can really let it copy Jewel. It is worth noting that if they, like, PO or play another Metamorph, we can Mindbreak Trap it by killing the defense grid. But that runs us afoul of Force blue card. It's probably still correct to just kill this Jewel. Does kind of ruin my trap grid backup plan here, but I really just want to hit it like a Shattering Spree, maybe. I don't know. What is this? Dismember down to 1 to kill my Deathrite Shaman? Okay. I mean, they do have the ability to turn this into a green mana and eat creatures. It does put me really far away from playing Lurrus. Yeah. Pretty good too. I mean, would they have dismembered me if I had attacked for 1? And they would not. It's not like I've gotten rid of black sources in this game. I got rid of like an emerald and a wasteland and so they can eat with the Deathrite to go to 3. Yeah, but I can't do anything with the Deathrite Shaman. It's the same spot. They could eat a thing and play a ring, I guess. The ring doesn't really do anything here. I mean, I just need a black land, right? I win the game immediately. Tap blue land. I guess that also wins the game immediately. Weird game. Super weird game. I'm not getting consigned or something here, am I? What would that do? It wouldn't do anything. They have a monolith. This is already tapped, so I guess they could theoretically have like a bounce spell. They could have a Talon Gates. I'll do the other one over there because it's already tapped. Yep, Talon Gates. Wait, if they had a Talon Gates, could they have just like gained 2 life instead? Whatever, man. Keep getting my creatures phased out. They can't copy it now, though. Metamorph can't copy it. It's phased out, baby. Time Vault. Key? No way. No way. That'd be so sick. 4 Ancient Tomb, huh? What a weird game. I feel like we drew really weird in this game. Just like no black sources at all after the first 2 cards that were black sources. Ugh, what a weird game. Did we just take our Jund deck into a Vintage League and find a Hall of Famer in our Vintage League? Is that what just happened? Are we playing a Hall of Famer in a Vintage League on Magic the Gathering Online? Wow. That's surprising. All right. Let's see what we can do up against Paul Rietzel, I believe. Library of Alexandria, huh? Am I just wastelanding it? I mean, maybe I can get them to force this Bowmaster. Concede. I like maybe they'll force this Bowmaster because they want to protect their library draw. And then we can wasteland it. All right. Guess not. We'll just wasteland it probably still. It's just too good tempo to pass up, right? Start with looting. Oh. Damn. I really don't want my Bowmaster to get Bowmastered. I think it's better to just wasteland it anyways. Oh, I probably was supposed to keep the other bad land. No, I don't know. This is kind of an awkward collector roof, but we get wastelanded again. Okay. All right, I see you, opponent. I see you. I did pitch a land to my Faithless Looting, But they're at 11, and I have a misstep. Not sure. You want to wasteland me again, it's fine. The biggest problem is if I get bowmastered, right? Swords. All right, the misstep worked. 6 life. Plains. Time Walk. Is this the Thunder Trap Trainer deck? If it has Library Wasteland, like the Boss Man control deck. I have very little faith that our plan is gonna get us there, but maybe it's enough. The good news is they don't have their own Bowmaster, it looks like. The bad news is they probably have like 4 Swords to Plowshares and Thunder Trap Trainers. Buy Luris. All right, I just need a thing that turns on my Fatal Push, like a fetch land here. And oof. Oh, I got punished so hard for Faithless looting away my Badlands. We need a... God, this only freaking had a black mana on it. I guess that wouldn't have worked. They just go to the next main anyways. Another Strip Mine. Play the Luris. I need to draw a fetch land. Wait, they're not playing the Luris? Oh, no, they're going to go next turn, play the Luris. I attack with the Oof. They have to trade with the Oof. They have to trade with the Oof, right? So if I attack and they block here, they would gain 3 and it'd be bad for me. So get in there, Oofy boy. Now, do we play another Oof? Is that the plot point in the game where we're at? Are we playing this Oof here? I think we have to. I think we need to make sure our attack... Oh, we got dazed! Okay, I see you, opponent. It's okay, now we can, I don't know. Beat a Thunder Trap Trainer? Fetch. Yeah. So, like, buying Luris here, kind of bad, right? But, like, so is looting. I think I wait. No, it's the Thunder Trap Trainer. Soul Ring. All right. I really want to Faithless looting here, chat. Am I allowed to Faithless looting here? Like, I'm not going to use these Vigors, right? Oh, God. I have 2 fetchables in my entire deck? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I don't think we're gonna make it. I don't think we're gonna make it, chat. Stock up. Oh God, I think we're gonna lose. I think the control deck is gonna beat us. We're gonna get wastelanded out of the game. Kind of a fun game though. Yo, you can be a Deathrite Shaman deck, you can be a Wasteland deck, it doesn't matter. You still will get wastelanded out of the game. Ugh. I don't have a red source here. But I do have a Luris. I shouldn't have discarded the land. Yeah, how was I to know my opponent would have waste strip Waste, strip. 3 waste and a strip. My bad. Should have just known. We were also ahead on tempo. I mean, all I need to do is force my Luris, right? And then we lose. Don't think we're really coming back from the spot. Yeah. We're dead. Oof, Caracas as well. That's not bad. I have to force that. They have mental misstep for it. Yeah, I mean, okay, fine. My bad. Yeah, we're not resolving this Luris, unfortunately. Also, they have a Caracas now. I don't think we're ever supposed to wait on the Bowmaster. I think that's just not playing the game we're trying to play. I think waiting on Bowmaster for activations is just like awful. Do I have any red sources? I have no red sources, right? Okay, well, I guess I can't play anything out of my yard anyways. I guess we can concede if my Luris gets countered, so that's the upside. I can't wait to lose to this tomorrow somehow. Big blue white control. I kind of like it. It's a stock up deck. It's a full Moxen deck. It's a Luris deck. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, chat. Oh, oh my lord. I don't have a list. Maybe Paul will 5-0 with it. This is not the list that I thought it was. It's probably based off the list. It's based off of that boss man list, I would assume. I think it's based off of this. Whoa. I don't know what just happened. It's probably based off of this list here, and they just decided to play blue-white instead. Or, I mean, they could technically still have other colors in it, but it's probably just based off this boss man list. Because this boss man list had library in it. It didn't have mana drain, for what it's worth. But, whoa. Okay, what, stop it. All right, so for the first time, we have to play against like a different style of deck here. I actually think that Shattering Spree has some viability. Because it is still big blue mana deck. I do want this Torok in my deck, though. I think I'll just keep one Shattering Spree. And then replay from here. I think the seal is slightly better because you can rebuy. And it kills Urza. Not sure I have a single sideboard card. Can't believe you can just get inducted to the Hall of Fame and not be prepared for the Jund Luris matchup. Unreal. They just let anyone in these days. The good news is we have Torok, Dread Cantor. And the even better news is I upgraded to the old frame for 30 cents. So really, we're all winning here. We are 2-1 in this league. I mean, we have 4 Pyroblast in the main. I don't really feel like we need any more Rebs. Like, I mean, maybe. Like, what do you want to cut, I guess? Oh, Reb is probably better than Force of Vigor. That's probably a fair choice. I kind of forgot we had Force of Vigor in our deck. It's fine. It's fine. No problem. We're going to play this, and we're going to get Wastelanded, and we're going to lose, and then we're going to cry. Yes, I probably should have played Reb instead of Force of Vigor. I probably should have played Shattering Spree instead of Force of Vigor. I probably should have played Seal of Primordium instead of Force of Vigor. I would have boarded in maybe Reb, Spree, Seal or something. But yeah, no one pointed it out while we were there. Come on, chat. What's the use of having this competitive advantage if you don't say anything? Come on. What's the good? What is it good? What are you guys good for if you're not going to give me the competitive advantage I desire? I think I'm supposed to hold open a Fatal Push, even if it means getting Wastelanded off my Black Source. Are they holding Lorien, or are they Wastelanding me in my upkeep? All right, fine. The reason is, my reasoning is I can still play a Deathrite Shaman with my Taiga. I guess I could do that with the Badlands too. Okay, I have no good reasoning. I just wanted to hold up Fatal Push, which I guess I should not have done. My bad. Island Pearl Walk. You said these are 2 pretty respectful decks. Can we stop playing 2/2s that do nothing? I think I want to Fatal Push this, though. It just seems like a good use of my mana. Because I want to play Collector Roof on this turn. Right? I think so. Thanks for agreeing, chat. I know you got my back. Oh. That's pretty good. I think I want to play that after I play my Oof, though. No, I think he's on blue-white. I want to tighten the mana a little bit here. Where are my Wastelands, by the way? I feel like those are going to be good for me. You're allowed to play Shiny Gold Islands. That's what you earn yourself the right to do by being good at Magic. All right. Yeah, I mean, they could definitely play Standstill. It's a Lurrus deck. I've seen that before. I'm interested in deploying the fleet. That's not a plains. That's an island, not me. See, as you can see, it's the blue mana symbol. Swords. Dress Down. Love it. Love it. Dress Down is actually a little underplayed right now, I would say. Dress Down is quite good in your Lurrus deck still, even if your opponents don't have 4 sagas. Love it. I have a real sneaking suspicion, chat, that my deck is not geared to play against blue-white control. I have a thought that maybe our Shattering Spree, Seal of Primordium, Force of Vigor deck is not actually trying to play against blue-white control as its main opponent. We should just show this screenshot to Legacy players and tell them to come play the superior format, right? You can play Jund versus blue-white control here in the paradise that is Vintage. You can get completely bodied by a blue person playing blue spells here in Vintage. I don't have high hopes for this game. I have very low hopes for this game. I don't know if we want to at all Legacy gamers, not me. That sounds like a dangerous proposition. That's a lot of Tundras. There, stop drawing cards. Where's my Ancestral Recall? Oh, we didn't register one for some reason. Maybe our mana base is too bad if we do that. They do have an Ancestral Recall coming, though. Force of Vigor. That one is on me, chat. I should definitely have boarded out Force of Vigor. If this could have been a 50-50 chance of being a Reb here. I'm gonna main phase this Orcish Bowmaster. Yeah, I think you should splash Ancestral Time Walk in your Jund decks. I agree. Oh, they had a force. Unlucky. I tried my best, chat. Now they cast Ancestral. Go back to 6 cards. Yup. I mean, online, everything is pretty close in budget. Snap Ancestral. Oh, that's a problem. My opponent is a mere 14 cards ahead of me in this game. A small amount. A small amount. I'm going to try to attack and see if I can Fatal Push. I cannot. Okay, then I do think I am going to cast Fatal Push because I need to do damage. I don't think I'm winning this game. All right. I'm assuredly not winning this game. Is it even worth playing this game anymore? Or should I just... I mean, he signed up to have fun. It feels so bad to take away the fun that my opponent is clearly having. Real cards? I mean, are you trying to play Eternal Weekend or are you trying to play like any other event? Because if you're playing a 10-15 proxy deck, then there's lots and lots of things you can do. Doomsday is pretty budget on 15 proxy. And that deck's real strong. I'm 16 cards down. I'm dying. Come on, man. That's a Plains? I think we're dead, by the way. If you're playing in a local tournament, you should just use proxies. I think this question is silly. All right, you bet you bested me. You bested me. All hail the Hall of Famer. Control is truly alive in Vintage. Okay, here we go. 5th and final round of this Jund League. Can we pull together the 3-2, also known as the Jund 5-0? Oh, also chat, I almost forgot. I have play points to give away, so stick around till the end of the league, and I will give away 5 play point codes. Remind me to do that. Don't let me sign off without doing that. Please. Yeah, so like I said, I think our matchup actually should be pretty good against ADM. ADM is a notorious lover of artifacts. So we have Shattering Spree, we have Oof. I'm not sure I would keep this hand in the blind, but against ADM, hard to pass it up. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like the mana is supposed to be that bad, but somehow it does feel bad. I agree. Grim Monolith. Hopefully they don't have a One Ring. Hopefully they don't have a something bad for me. Why? Maybe I'll draw a Mox. Maybe I'll draw a Black Lotus. It'll all be fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Max. That's an Orcish Bowmaster. All right. Well, I will cast Shattering Spree on your key. Hopefully that will slow them down enough for me to play an oof. Oof. There it is. Yeah, not being on the play is real bad, by the way. I don't recommend it. What'd you say? The problem with proxies is there's a mentality which don't see proxies well. So they blame you if you're using proxies. Like people are blaming you for using proxies, then just kick their ass with proxies. That's not good for us, by the way, chat. That's an Eldrazi Temple and a Glaring Fleshraker. That is not good for us. Now this Collector Roof doesn't even do that much besides turn off the ring. I do think our deck is supposed to beat this one, yes. But we did lose the die roll, and we don't play Force, so... not great. You can smooth out the variance of losing the die roll by playing Force of Will in your deck. That's my recommendation to people. Somehow I feel like we are slightly behind in this game. Not sure why. But part of me believes that we may not be able to come back from this. In fact, we might not get a turn. All they need is 2 more artifacts, right? We tried our best, chat. We cast all the spells we were allowed to cast. It just wasn't good enough. All right, well done, ADM. you kick my stupid Shattering Spree's butt. All right, I don't think my opponent is playing blue spells, so I'm going to take out these Pyroblasts, and I'm going to bring in some Seals and some Shattering Sprees and some Mindbreak Traps. And then I do think I want Fatal Pushes. And I guess I will just take out these Faithless Lootings because I won't have bad cards in the matchups to get rid of. And I'll take out this Momentum Breaker. And we'll leave Arcanist Shattering Spree. I do think Arcanist Shattering Spree is typically pretty good against this style of deck. Obviously not against the Fleshraker itself, but against pretty much everything else in it, besides the One Ring. Yeah. I mean, I lost the die roll. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not a good matchup. Like, if there was ever a good matchup for the deck, this is it, isn't it? 4 Orcish Bowmasters, 4 Collector Roofs. Main deck Shattering Spree, 4 Fatal Push, 4 Force of Vigor. Like, that's magic. It happens. Sometimes you lose your favorable matchups. I feel like people take that so far from the truth, you know? Like when I say a matchup is favorable, doesn't mean you always win it. In fact, you're probably only winning it slightly more than 50% of the time. Because that's all you're ever winning Magic games. Even if you're the best Magic player, you're still only winning like 60% of your games in challenges, 70% of your games in leagues. You're still losing 3 out of 10, even if you're the best player on the platform. Yeah, this hand looks nice. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I want to get black-red lands here. So I can play Shattering Sprees as big as possible. I guess to do that, I have to get a Taiga next time, so I can still play Oof, though. Why are we talking about Post Malone in chat? What is going on? What happened? It's fine. We got a bobble. What do you got? A Scrawly Crawler. Oh, boy. This looks like a Bowmaster angle. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Scrawly Crawly believer here. And this is part of the reason why. Pew! I will take the card and kill your crawler. All right, now what, opponent? They can still kill me technically here with like Ancient Tomb, Grim Monolith, Sensei's Top, Fleshraker, for what it's worth. Oh wait, no, they can't because I have an Orcish Bowmaster and their whole deck falls apart. Never mind! Never mind! My bad. Here's a Fleshraker. Top, go for it. No Vexing Bobble. Playing a ring first does not help. You just kill the Fleshraker is what I'm saying. There's a pretty high chance I play some amount of Bowmasters in my list next weekend, regardless of which blue-black deck I choose to play. Just because I think the most played deck in the showcase is going to be Fleshraker. So I think just like playing some Bowmasters in your 75 will just give you like tons of additional happiness. I actually don't have a way to revolt besides cracking my bauble. Do I want to do that? I think that's fine. I think we're at the point where we can do that. I guess I'm losing life to Crawler, huh? Probably doesn't matter much. I don't think I want to give my opponent an additional card, though. So I will just kill the Crawler now. I don't think we're at like a life total where I'm too worried, so... Looks like it's gonna be an... Oh god, is this a... Uh-oh. Oh no, what is he doing, chat? What is he casting? It's ADM, it could be anything. It could be a Reality Smasher? Oh, it's a Reality Smasher! Oh, we can't beat that shit. We cannot beat that, no chance. Oh my lord, we are not beating that. Never mind, we won. Sorry. My bad. Always put the combo in your deck, chat. I have enough damage, right? Yes. Ah, that was looking so hopeless. Look at our deck list. We have just 0 ways of beating a Reality Smasher. We just have no chance besides like maybe Mind Break trapping it. Maybe I need to bring this Momentum Breaker back in my deck. My bad. Oh god. I did have another Bowmaster in my hand, so I didn't need exactly. I didn't need. I could have, gone without exactly enough triggers. I think we just take this Bobble out. All right, run it. Well, okay, come on. No one expected Reality Smasher except for me, right? No one in chat thought Reality Smasher is coming, but I know ADM. Those temples are not just for show. I knew something big and Eldrazi was coming. I thought for a second it might have been a Thought Nasir, but then they kept tapping more cards, and I was like, it's gotta be the reality boy. Oh, it's crazy. Too funny. Too funny. I'm a big ADM fan. ADM is someone who I feel represents the true heart of vintage. ADM has so many games played. So many games played. And he's just having a good time doing the things he loves. It's great. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I'm in. What we got? What we got? I mean, if we had a Mox, it'd be a better hand. If we were a true gamer. Yeah, that's an it that heralds the end. That's what I saw coming for sure. I don't know if I'm gonna get another opportunity to use this trap, so. Hey man, this guy buffs all the spawns you make. It's pretty strong. Please don't smash me. Please don't smash me. Please don't smash me. I don't think I'm supposed to like Vigor the Mana Crypt to play around Smash Smash, so. What do you got for me here? Is this a Kozilek's? Is it a Scrawly Crawly? All right, Scrawly Crawly. No one knows. Wait, this is getting buffed? Why is this getting buffed? It's a colorless creature? Oh my god, the deck building. The deck building. All right, I do think I'm going to Vigor this here, even though I'm playing an Oof, because I'd rather just get these cards off the board. Well, I have regrets. I absolutely have regrets. Oh no, not a Thought Seer. Oh, what? Good thing I have no good cards in my hand. Oh, it's a 5/5. Okay. How am I gonna win this game? I'm gonna have to draw a Fatal Push and have a way to revolt. I'm blocking, chat. I'm blocking. Oh, that's such a bad draw. No, I'm gonna lose to the Eldrazi part of the deck. This is no longer a good matchup, chat. I revised my previous assessment. I thought it would be an artifact deck. I was wrong. It's an Eldrazi deck. Maybe they just sideboarded all the rings out and just put a bunch of Eldrazi's in like a beast. Scrawly boy. All right, I can deal with a Scrawly boy, no problem. Okay, not a bad draw. Not a bad draw. That's a good draw. Scrawly boy down. We can get to Luris. Then we can loop a creature every turn. Another Scrawly boy. A seal. How do I buy Luris this turn, though? I just can't, right? I have to wait another turn. I want to eat and gain a life, so I guess we're going to use another Shattering Spree. Then we'll eat a creature and go to 9 and then down. We need help. We need help. Help! No, it's going to deal more damage. I'm dead. I'm so dead. Fatal Push, maybe? Fatal Push might do it. No, I'm actually just dead. Oh, where's my Black Lotus? Where's my Luris? Why do I have so much artifact removal? We drew no Fatal Pushes. We drew 8 remove artifact cards, and they killed us with Eldrazi like a beast. I don't think I have outs. Because, yeah, I don't think I have any outs. I mean, I did board out my Faithless Lootings that helped fix this problem. Oh my god, we're getting smashed. Mercy. 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 I take it to the face. This deck is not very good. Okay. We got our butt whooped. It was fun. It was a good time. I don't even know how I would start to fix this deck. I definitely would include Red and 6, though. I think this deck needs to be able to loop lands and wastelands. I would definitely include Ancestral and Time Walk. I think splashing them is trivial with Deathrite Shaman. You just play one dual land and you have your Deathrite Shamans. And you just splash Ancestral, Time Walk. Maybe you splash Wheel of Fortune. Like, you just got to play the good cards. I'm not convinced that this deck is supposed to be a Dreadhorde Arcanist deck. That seems a little dubious to me. And did I make this deck in the past? I feel like I made this deck in the past. Do I have a Jund? I have a vintage Jund and I have a wet Jund from 2022 and 2021. So I had this one. That is not really the same thing. That is a Green Sun Zenith deck. All right. Well, that's not exactly what we're looking for. But I don't know. I do think there's a reason this deck 5-0'd. And the reason this deck is 5-0'd is because the cards that it's playing, if you hit the right matchups and you have the right cards in your hand, are very strong, right? Having a Bowmaster and a Collector Roof if you play against Raker Shops is definitely strong. Having a Pyroblast if you play against Stock Up is definitely strong. Having a Fatal Push if you play against Frog is very strong. So, I can see how this deck went 5-0. But I think you're going to need a lot of variants to go your way in both matchups and the cards that are in your hand and the die roll. So, this does not get Justin's seal of approval, but I did have a good time, and that's kind of what matters the most. Hopefully you will enjoy more vintage content on this YouTube channel. The showcase is this weekend. More content Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I will see you then.